All right, this is Algebra 2, Lesson 105, Advanced Factoring. The reason it's called Advanced Factoring is because now we have a lead coefficient. So instead of x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0, how did we factor this? What question did we ask ourselves? What are factors of? Factors. Let's just write factors. Factors. So something multiplied equals negative 6, such that we add them and it's 1. Right? That worked every time that was a 1. And this became our factors. All right, but now we have a lead coefficient, but we're going to work this very similarly to the way that I taught that lesson. Except now we have lead coefficients. All right, so look at example 1. And I have several more examples that I've written down. All right, first you have to have it in standard form. That means decreasing exponential form. So this is 6x squared plus x minus 2. I'm going to set it equal to 0. We're going to solve it. All right, now we're going to look at factors of a times c. So that's a, that's b, that's c. So we're looking for factors of negative 12, 6 times negative 2. Got it? Such that we add them and the result is the b value, 1. So that's my b value. All right? What are factors of negative 12 such that we add them, the result is 1? So it's negative 3, positive 4. Okay, so what I do next is just, it helps us to get the pattern. I'm not really dividing. But under your factors, you're going to write the lead coefficient with just an x. So 6x, 6x. I'm not really dividing. I'm not dividing. This is just going to give me the factors. You got it? Yes.
Is it the negative 12 or the
okay.
12
Negative 3 times positive 4 gives me negative 12. And negative 3 and positive 4 equals 1. So it's factors of a times c such that we add them and get the b value. Got it? All right, so now we're going to simplify the numbers. All right, so that becomes 2, that becomes 1. Do y'all see that? This becomes 3, that becomes 2. Y'all see that? Now this is our factors, bottom to top. 2x minus 3, do you see that? 2x minus 1, minus 1, I simplified it. 2x minus 1, y'all see that? Times 3x plus 2. Y'all see that? It's a pattern that works every time. You can check it. Multiply the first ones. 2x times 3x gives me 6x squared. And you can multiply the last. Negative 1 times 2 gives me negative 2. Not really dividing. It just helps me to see the pattern. Okay, so look at this. This also gives you the answer. So this is how you would work it if you were taking college algebra. So why not teach it now? Okay, it already gives me the answers. Okay, I need y'all to see this. So this is negative 1 over 2, right? Y'all see that? You flip it and change the sign. So x equals 2. No, maybe you just change the sign, Paula Haley. It's got to be just 1/2. Just change the sign. 1/2. Just change the sign. It gives you the answer. And this is going to be the opposite sign. Negative 2/3. Don't flip it. It just gives you the answer. It's been a year since I've taught this. So that's why I like this method, because I already see the answers. Does that make sense? Now, it's not asking you to solve these, but in another lesson, it's going to ask you to solve them. If you work it this way, it's going to give you the answers. You could say 2x minus 1 equals 0, and you move the 1, divide by 2, which gives you 1/2. And you could say 3x plus 2 equals 0. That's how you find your zeros, by setting each term equal to 0 and solving for x. You would subtract 2, divide by 3 to give you negative 2/3. But you see the answers here. You just change the sign. It's just the opposite. Got it? Okay, we're going to work several. All right. The second one is 2x squared minus 7x minus 15 equals 0. All right, because I have numbers in every, and they're slightly larger numbers, I would first ask myself, is there something I can factor out of every term? Now, there's not, but that is something that I should ask myself. Can I factor something out of every term? Okay? But now I'm going to look for factors of a times c. What's a times c?
30.
Negative 30, such that I add them and the result is what? Negative 7. So everybody think, what multiplied gives me negative 30? What two numbers multiplied gives me negative 30, but added gives me negative 7. Okay, everybody think. Okay, here's the hard part. Guys, you just start. It's 1 times 30. 2 times, just start. 3 times 10. Well, that's it. It's 3 and 10. So don't sit, if you can't figure it out, start writing the factors with 1 and the next one and the next one. Okay, but which one has to be negative in 3 and 10? 10. So it's going to be negative 10 and positive 3. All right, negative 10 times positive 3 is negative 30. When I add them, it's negative 7. I'm going to write them over 2 and an x. Then I'm going to simplify the numbers. That becomes 1, that becomes a 5. The second term is not simplifiable. So reading bottom to top, it's x minus 5 times 2x plus 3. And what are my solutions? X equals positive 5 and negative 3/2. It's the opposite sign. Negative 3/2. Always verify. Multiplying the first two gives me the first term. The last two gives me the last term. Okay, so that's also a trick for the ACT. Just the first terms have to equal the first term. The last terms have to equal the last term. All right? Yes?
It's opposite.
Opposite, opposite. Yeah, don't flip it. Just opposite, opposite. All right. Example 3. Can I look at this one and begin factoring it? Say no, it's not in proper form. It's got to be in standard form. So I'm moving the 6x through addition to the left-hand side. All right, what am I looking for factors of? Factors of? What?
36.
Just 36?
No,
Negative 36. Does everybody see that? Does everybody see that? Factors of negative 36 such that I add them, the result is negative 5. All right, everybody think. Multiplied equals negative 36. Added equals negative 5. Everybody think. Do y'all have the factors? You don't have them yet, Ben? Okay, start. 1, 36, 2, 3, 4. Keep going down the line. Does everybody have it? It's 9 and 4. Got it? Which one has to be negative? The bigger one. Negative 9, positive 4. What do I do next? Write it over 6x. What do I do next? Simplify. This one becomes 2. That one becomes 3. That becomes 3. That becomes 2. Read bottom to top. 2x minus 3 times 3x plus 2. And I know what x is. What's x? 3 halves and negative 2/3. Okay, let's do one that's not in your book. All right. Let's write this one down. Let's factor out what we can. What can I factor out of the numbers?
3x.
I can factor out a 3 and I can factor out an x. Factoring is like dividing. Factoring is division. So I'm dividing each term by that, and I end up with 3x squared plus 22x plus 7 equals 0. Okay, looking back at the original equation, it's x cubed. So how many solutions for x am I going to have? 3. In the end, when I have x equals, I better have 3 solutions. Got it? All right, so we're going to factor what's inside here. Don't, ladies and gentlemen, on the next test, don't stop here. Factor what's here. What are we asking? Factors of what? Factors of 21, such that I add them, the result is 22. And what are they?
21 and 1.
1 and 21.
How do you decide which one goes first?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We can put 21 and 1. And it doesn't matter because x plus 3 times x plus 2 is the same thing as x plus 2 times x plus 3. Commutative property of multiplication. All right. Now we write this over this one. They happen to be the same, but it's over this one inside the parentheses. So over 3x, and simplify. The 3 becomes 1 and this becomes 7. Here's what you have to remember. When you write your factors, 3x is still a factor. So it's 3x times 3x plus 1 times x, just x plus 7. X plus 7. All right? For this one, for this lone term out here, it's just x equals 0. So x equals 0, negative 1/3, and negative 7. Yes.
So no matter what the actual number is outside the parentheses, it's always 0.
Correct, okay? Correct. Because if I make x 0, what is this term? It's 0. 0 times anything is still 0. So yes, that's a great question. Doesn't matter what numbers multiply by x. Okay, let's work number 22 in your homework. And then I'll let you work the practice problems. Maybe. Y'all work the practice problems at home. Unless we have time. All right, but I want to work number 22 in your homework. It's negative 10x. Number 22. Yeah, negative 10x minus 4 plus 6x squared equals 0. All right, we have to write it in descending exponential order. Can I factor anything out? I can factor out a 2. But how many answers am I going to have?
2.
Why? Why am I only going to have 2? Because it's only squared. When I factor out a number, I'm not going to have an answer for this one, right? So there's no x. Okay. All right, so then what do we end up with? 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. Okay, now what am I looking for? Factors of negative 6. So should I add them? The result is negative 5. Negative 6, positive 1. I'm writing it over the 3x. And then I'm simplifying. That's 1, that's 2. I'm still going to keep my 2 on the outside. But it's x minus 2 times 3x plus 1. And what are my answers? X equals
0.
no
2.
0.
2.
No 2. It's positive 2 from here. Not from here. Positive 2 from here, this factor. And
Negative 1/3.
negative 1/3.